Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now, I really enjoy when readers, viewers such as yourself, email me with ideas for neighborhoods or certain types of real estate that they think I should feature on Pick 5. So I've done a lot in the past of people saying, do Mississauga or head out to a different area, here's the price point, or a certain type of property you haven't considered. Somebody emailed me the other day and said, you never touch higher end stuff. And that's probably true. And I think the reason being is, whether we're looking at entry-level condos or, $7.99 houses, I try to do things that appeal to a larger part of the market. Having said that, I also do this for entertainment purposes. Some people have absolutely no interest in buying real estate. They're just watching this as a show. So I thought, what the heck? Today, let's climb the ladder a little bit. So I wanted to look this week at houses between, say, $3 and $4 million, but not necessarily the price point so much as the variation within a particular area. And so I had to pick an area. I decided that we would look sort of in the Lytton Park area. So for those of you that don't know exactly what I'm talking about, let's take a look at this map. Okay, so north of Eglinton, we've got what Google just calls North Toronto. So you've got an area that people refer to as Allenby. It's just north of, say, the Chaplin Estates area. You have the Sherwood Park, thank you for popping up, Lawrence Park South, Lawrence Park proper. So this really is Lawrence Park proper. Google sometimes makes up names or misappropriates names. That is Lawrence Park proper. North of Lawrence, we get into Wanless Park. I just sold an unbelievable house on there on the weekend. A great deal. Who takes offers on Passover and lists over Easter weekend? We got to steal. Then you've got Yonge and Lawrence isn't really a name. You get here into Bedford Park. We're really getting away from the area that I want to look at. Ledbury Park, which is between Avenue and Bathurst. So the area that I want to look at is here. And if I zoom in, maybe Lytton Park will pop up. No, Caribou Park. Anyways, Lytton Park is this area here. So some people, well, not some people, I think a lot of people in the know, they look at Yonge, then Avenue, then Bathurst. And you say along the Yonge line, you're getting a certain price point because it's close to transit and people want to be close to Yonge. Then as you approach Avenue, walkability really decreases. The demographic changes. I don't know if I should get into demographic. Is that, everyone's so sensitive these days. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave that for another day. But for those of you watching this, as the demographic changes. Then you get towards Bathurst, the prices really drop off because people want to be closer to Avenue, want to be closer to Yonge. So along Avenue Road, you also have, where is it? There is a private school here, Havergal. Know it? Yeah. Okay. You've got Lawrence Park, which is the high school that everyone's going to go to. Now, Avenue Road, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of walking out to get a Starbucks, Avenue between Wilson and Lawrence is where all the shops and restaurants and stuff are. As you get down here into the area that we're going to explore, it's a lot of like multiplexes, actual houses, apartments. So having said that, it's going to factor into the price. And what I found to be very interesting today is I'm looking at 5 properties that are all very, very different. Now let's get a list up here over one of these shoulders, a list of things that I want to pay special attention to as we go through these properties. So first and foremost is the price. And by price, I mean the strategy. Some of these are listing low and holding back offers. Some are listing high and they're just sitting. So a lot of these too are being relisted. Now this is another interesting thing. I've got a couple of clients looking now sort of in the Lawrence Park South, sort of closer to Yonge and Glencairn area. And I'm noticing a lot of houses in that area listed low, holding back offers, not getting what they want, then listing higher. So you come at $1,195,000, you're hoping for 2.2, you don't get it, you relist at 2,295, right? So we're seeing a lot of that. Second thing I want to look at, as I said, the days on the market. Right? How long have these houses been out for? Have they passed their offer date? Are they listing high and just waiting? Third thing I'm going to look at is the school. And let's get rid of that list for a minute. I'm going to pop the 3 schools up here. 3 schools in this area. Number 1 is John Ross Robertson. It ranks 62nd out of 3,000 schools in Ontario, and 8.9 out of 10. The second school is Allenby, which ranks 101st. Ain't no slouch. That's an 8.6 out of 10. And then third is Ledbury Park, which ranks 846th out of 3,000 schools. That's not a bad school. It's a phenomenal school, but it only ranks a 7 out of 10. And I think it's an embarrassment of riches because if you had kids going to Ledbury, you'd be happy as hell compared to other schools in the area. But a lot of people are looking at, geez, if I lived a couple houses over, I'd be in the John Ross Robertson School District. And we're going to see a house today that is literally on the border. Okay, bring that list back over. So that was the point number 3 is school. 4th is the lot size. There are some unbelievable lots. Okay, we've got one on a corner lot today, which is a bit tricky. We've got one on a 220-foot lot. And then we've got one that's on a oh no, I think it's a row house lot. Number 5, obviously the number of beds and bathrooms. That goes without saying. Number 6, the condition of the property. When was it built? How is it upgraded? And lastly, the extras, because some of these things have elevators, some of them have swimming pools, some of them have wine rooms. And when you're looking in this price point, guys, the prices, they're all over the map as far as the area is concerned, but we're trying to keep things consistent. And that's what I'm going to show you right here in terms, oh, I hate when it does that. These 5 properties. So as you can see, this is the Lytton Park area. Here's Lytton Blvd. We've got 1 property up in Coldstream, 1 on Glencairn. This shows 3. I hate when MLS does it. It's actually 2 properties. This is 1 on Hillhurst and 1 on Cortleigh. And then just for fun, I've thrown this one in. It's actually on the other side of Avenue Road, but it's such an interesting comparison that I wanted to show this to you guys. Okay, so let's take a look first at 270 Cortleigh. 270 Cortleigh Blvd, where is this? 270 Cortleigh, as I zoom out here, is right smack dab in the middle of Avenue and Bathurst. So walkability to one or the other. Would you rather be close to Bathurst or Avenue? You are right in the middle. Now, school district. This is fun. You ready for this? So here's my school finder. We type in Cortleigh, search, and what have we got? We're number 270. We fall right in here, just on the border of Allenby. Outside of that, we'd be in Ledbury. Very interesting. You are number 270. You are 2 houses from being into a different school district, and that's what's so interesting about the way these school districts are laid out. Okay, the house itself, of course. So what we have here is a beautiful red brick, not quite Georgian, but got the 2 pillars out in front. It's on a 50 by 133.5, but it's a corner lot. That's interesting. A 5-bed plus 2 in the basement, 6 bathroom for all your bathroom needs, and it's listed at 2895. This thing is super underlisted, super listed for multiple offers, completely different strategy, and we'll take a look at the other properties. You'll get a pretty good sense of how these things are being listed. So corner lot, you got a big parcel of land out front with no fence. A lot of people love corner lots. A lot of people think that they're not private. So we've got a center hall plan. The flow of this house is fantastic. It's beautiful. It's very traditionally laid out. That's your main floor family room. And I think all these houses are going to have the main floor family room. I've never been a fan of the hanging pots. I don't know what that's about. Reminds me of the movie Father of the Bride. Very random piece of knowledge. So this thing is not exorbitantly well finished, okay? And that's probably why it's not going to sell for $4 million. But it's a lot of space. As I said, 50-foot lot. Really nicely done. Kid's bedroom. What is this? What, you think those are fish tanks? Wouldn't that get the carpet wet? Or maybe it's like a snake. I'll tell you, I would not let my kid have like a snake. My kid was like, Mom, Dad, I want an iguana. Can't you just get a hamster like everyone else did? Okay, so could have staged this. Doesn't look, there we go, basement. Doesn't look as good as it could, I guess, but this is a very, very typical layout. I want to get to the outside here because this is beautiful. So your garage, and I'll go to Google Street View in a minute, your garage is actually off the side street. You've got a nice little L-shaped pool. The last photo here, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Hot tub, L-shaped pool, completely treed in. Now let's take a look at Google Street View. Do I know how to do this? You have to drag this little man. I sound like I'm 100 years old. Okay, where am I? Oh, I'm so useless, honestly. 36 years old, don't know what I'm doing. Okay, Google Street View, this is cool. Here we go. All right, so there's the house. So that's what I'm talking about. You've got a big piece of land that you own, but really what can you do with it? And that's the tough part about corner lots. Now as we go down the side street, you can see 2-car garage, private drive off the side street, very cool. This is a neat touch. The basketball net is situated in the backyard, but you're shooting from here. I wonder if it's completely in line with the fence, because it would kind of have to be. Otherwise, grade 9 basketball, you get in the gym and you're off by 4 inches on every shot. Okay, so you can see that tree. Let me go one further over here. You can see, here's where the pool is. You can see the trees in the background. That was a really cool shot. And then they've got a climber in here. So I really love this house. It's awesome. It's just a matter of, for you guys, wait. Let me go back. Now I'm really off topic here. Don't these look like people? These little things, these little outlines? I don't know, maybe it's one like when you go and see a psychiatrist, not that I've ever done that, and they go, what does this shape remind you of? These look like people. Okay, I should probably edit that part out. But super quiet street, right at the corner of Lytton and Proudfoot, and there you go. So beautiful house. As I said, it's kind of got that Georgian red brick thing going for it. So 2.895, and I mean this house is well into the mid 3s. It should be at least. I think they listed it so low, I just can't believe it. 5-bed, 2 in the basement, 6 bathroom. Wow. Okay. So let's go to the next one, 229 Lytton. And first I'm going to take you to the map. Okay, so this, as I said, is just on the other side of Avenue. So it's very cool because, right, it's right on the park, which you're paying a huge premium for. And this is in John Ross Robertson School District. Okay. So the house itself, guys, as you can see, is a townhouse. It's 3-story. It's attached. And this is what I find interesting at $3,380,000 because it's on a 23 by 103 foot piece of land. So remember that people in this area are not all your typical move-up buyers with 2 children looking to start it in school. This to me is for downsizer. And downsizing from what? You're going to say, I'm so frustrated. You're showing me people downsizing at $3.4 million. Look, there are a lot of people in the city that have money, and you may very well downsize into something like this. It's a 3-bed. It's a 4-bath. It's a very cool layout, as you can see. This is sort of condo-esque where you have these massive soaring ceilings. And it's incredibly unique. It's also brand new, which part of the reason why you're looking at this price point. I'm going through this a little quick because I want to get to the next one. But just kind of showing you, as I said, about the price points here, guys. This is, and I'm not saying you can't raise kids in this house, but it's a 23 by 103 foot piece of land. And here you have a 50 by 133. So because it's on the park, perhaps, because it happens to be right here on the park, and because this happens to be on the other side of Avenue Road, maybe those are playing factors. But again, this is what I wanted to show you guys today. When we're looking at only 3 beds, the other one was 5. Only 4 baths, the other one was 6. Maybe you don't need 6 bathrooms. But it's more expensive, and it's on a lot that is less than half the size. It's wild. But there's something for everybody, including a movie theater in the basement. I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff coming up. Okay, let's move on to the next one here, guys. I love this house, 375 Glencairn. So where's 375 Glencairn? Here we are, again, right in the middle of Avenue and Bathurst. Now, Glencairn, as you can tell from driving it, or as you can tell from simply looking at Google, this line is thicker than this line. This is a thoroughfare for traffic. This is one of the major residential streets that people cut through to get between Bathurst and Avenue. Now, if you're living on this street, you probably don't care because, let's see if this works. Drop the little man. Drop the little man. Now I'm lost. Where's the house? Is that it? I'm lost. Guys, honestly, I am so useless. Somebody please teach me how to use Google Maps. There we go. This is the house. Okay, the point being, is that it? Yeah, that's the house. The point being, it's a busy street, but look at this long driveway. Look at the backyard. It's a 220-foot lot, as I'm going to show you. I just really don't know if you're going to have the kids, playing on the street, and if that's going to be your issue, that it's a little bit busier. Okay, so let's go through this. 4-bed, not 5. Do you care? Who's having 4 kids? 1 bed downstairs. I think this is far more conducive to living than some of the other ones. 7 bathrooms. Holy crap, that's insane. 50 by 220 foot lot. 50 by 225. Amazing. 7 parking spaces. Let me see. Yeah, I could fit all 7 of my cars. Perfect. House itself is gorgeous. Again, another center hall plan, right? You've got a dining room on your left, which, ooh, that's cool. So that's the library. Dining room on your left, living room on your right, library in between, main floor powder room, and that's your typical sitting room in the front. Kitchen. I'm like naming rooms. Like, yeah, no, I get it. You eat there. Wolf range, of course. That's the main floor family room, bedroom, master bath, super big closet. I'm going through these fast because you guys all know what to expect. A bedroom, a bathroom, a wine cellar. We're getting into the basement now. This is killer. This is a sort of man cave movie theater. The wood paneling is very cool upstairs. I don't know, downstairs I'd like want to hang all my stuff that I've bought and I haven't told my wife about. Should I tell her I just bought a photo, an autographed photo of Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, and Ted Williams? I'm kidding, babe. I'm kidding. I would never do that. We're saving for Maya's future. Okay, what we're doing here, right? So we've got a sauna, and then outside you've got a pool, you've got a coach house, and they finish it off with a shot looking back at the house. This thing is amazing. So this is what's crazy about this area, guys, is that the 5 properties that I've showed you, or I'm going to show you, are so different. But that's a 220-foot lot with a friggin' coach house. And then over here, you've got something $200,000 less that's brand new, that's on the park. It's on a 23-foot lot. It's outrageous. So that house I really like. I would show you more photos if we had time here, but we got to rock and roll. So let's go to the next one. And we'll look, oh yeah, price, of course, got to talk about price. 0 days on market, listed at 3.6, holding back offers, should be a $4 million house, slam dunk. Then you get to something like this, very interesting. 3.75 on the market 16 days, 5-bed, 5-bath. What gives? Seems to be very similar, has an in-ground pool, can only fit 6 cars and not 7. What's the deal with this one? Well, 226 Coldstream is closer to Bathurst. It's north of Glencairn, and this is in Ledbury School District. Wah, wah. So what? You're only ranked a 7. You're not ranked an 8.6 or an 8.9. Big whoop. You might be sending your kids to Havergal anyways. So this has been on the market for 16 days. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. Personally, I like that other house more, but this is still an absolutely gorgeous house. And it hammers home the point I'm trying to make, which is if you're in this price point, first of all, congratulations. Secondly, you really, really have to know the product. And you really have to see everything because you have to understand why for 3.75 sitting for 16 days, 5-bed, 5-bath, the other house up here is 3.6 holding back, going to sell for over 4, just came onto the market. Now, maybe you're looking at this already and you say, David, it's totally obvious. That's a better house in a better location, in a better school district, on a 220-foot lot, and you don't need that 5th bedroom. And in fact, I would say you're right. So why didn't these guys list at 2,895 and hold back offers? I don't know. It's a rhetorical question. This is why we're doing this today, because you need to understand how houses in this area are listed. Some are underlisted and you hold back offers. Some are underlisted, you hold back offers, you don't get what you want, and then you relist higher, and then some are just listed higher to begin with. Okay, so we'll finish up this one, because I want to get to the last one here. I think we've kind of made the point, right? That's kind of weird. I got a Bowflex in the corner and poker. I'm just going to do some bench press because I folded my hand. Great. And this does have a pool. They put the tarp on it. And I might have, I don't know, when selling my $3.75 million asset, opened the pool and taken a photo of it instead of taking a photo of a tarp on a pool. That's just me. Okay, last house here, guys. Here we go. 142 Hillhurst. Almost $4 million. 16 days in the market. So came out pretty much, well, same day as this one. And sitting. $4 million sitting. Where's 142 Hillhurst? 142 Hillhurst is not all that different from the house that we saw here at Lytton and Proudfoot, right? Not all that different from, no, actually that was it. The other ones were north. Here was Coldstream. So this is Allenby School District. Now you're back in Allenby. You're ranked 101st out of 3,000. You want to rank in the top 100, you got to get to JRR. So exterior, maybe some people don't like the yellow brick. I think it's kind of neat. If this was red, we'd be saying, oh, red brick Georgian Tudor, beautiful. So it's a little bit crowded inside. It's a little bit different inside. And maybe that's why it's not moving. Maybe it's the actual price as well. But some of the features, the finishes, the colors, they're just not what you're accustomed to, right? Older cabinetry, just overall does not have the same look and feel, right? Whether it's the smaller island, whether it's the yellowish tinge, like the floors, for example. It's just older, right? I mean, an orange bathroom. So overall, this thing is sitting. It's not doing exceptionally well. You've got to understand that at $4 million, let me just finish up here before I go off. There's your basement, not nearly as big. At $4 million, everyone's got a gym now. Oh, no pool. Wow. At $4 million for the third time, you know, I think that this is a far better house. And I don't think in any way is that in doubt. So it just depends on how you list, right? 3595, holding back, 50 by 220, 4-bed, 7-bath, and then you've got 4-bed, 5-bath, 45 by 134. So it's narrower and it's way shorter. It doesn't have the pool, and you're listed at $4 million. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got in terms of showing you the listings. The moral of the story is, first of all, you should work harder and get $4 million to buy one of these houses. Now, the moral of the story is that if you're not actually looking in this area, I would hope you've enjoyed it, looking at photos of houses. But if you are, and if you've just started, or if you were watching this and you happen to be actively in the market, I think you really got to hone in on what specifically floats your boat, for lack of a better way of explaining it. You know, me, I don't care about a pool. I don't need one. I'd probably fill it in. So is a house with a pool worth more? I love the lot size. 220 feet for that one house was exceptional. Some people, again, you know, that's just a number. Do you care about the 5th bedroom? Because I don't. I'm not going to have 4 children. Is that important to you? Because a 4-bedroom house costs significantly less overall than a 5-bedroom house. How old is it? How deep is the basement? Was it renovated? Was it dug out? Right? The features of this house, the things that you can't replicate, like, you know, an 8-foot ceiling in the basement because the addition was done in, you know, 2014 instead of in 1980. So the specific location as well, like I said, the demographic shifts as you move towards Bathurst. It's a completely different area if you're on the east side of Avenue approaching Yonge, let's say. So who do you want to live with? Where do you want to spend your time? The school districts, do you care? Are you sending your kids to private school? If not, then you better look at what schools these houses feed into. So there's a lot of stuff to consider with these specific houses, and we haven't even got to, you know, curb appeal, colors of counters, stuff that personally I don't care because I can replace. Curb appeal, you know, you can always re-landscape. The yellow brick and the one we were looking at last, I guess you could paint it. Painted brick was a big thing in Leaside. There was a couple of painted brick houses. One was white, one was like a pewter almost. I don't know, I thought it was cool. So anyways, guys, that's it for this week. We really blew through that. These are getting a little bit faster. Not everyone has the time that they used to do. Almost at 22 minutes here. So basically like an episode of Friends. And what did I watch the other day that I forgot about was really funny? Oh yeah, when Brad Pitt did his cameo on Friends, and he was in the I Hate Rachel Green club. Can I get a clip of that?
We had a club.
You had a club?
That's right. The I Hate Rachel Green Club.
Whoa, my God. So what, you all just joined together to hate me? Who else was in this club?
Me and Ross.
No need to point. She knows who Ross is.
Ross is the best character from Friends ever. Nothing to do with real estate. Ross bleached his teeth. Ross had leather pants. Ross gave an old man a massage. Ross couldn't get a Santa costume and dressed up as the holiday armadillo. Ross has done it all. He was the best character on that show. I hated Matthew Perry. He always just acted with his hands in his pockets. I really didn't like Monica's character. Rachel just kind of did this all the time. Ross carried the show. Anyways, if you agree, put your hand up. I can't see you guys because you're at home. Okay, have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for watching. Go back to condos next week, and maybe can relate to you guys a little bit more than the $4 million houses, but I do hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic weekend. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.